What's going on, friends? James Nguyen here with the Alpha Ray Comic Channel. Welcome to the sleepiest version of the draw stream. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling that extra hour? It feels like it's 9 o'clock. Is anybody with me? Are you guys with me on this? I'm feeling a little tired. And it's probably because I've been busy all day celebrating my son's 21st birthday. So I was a grill master, grilled twice today. So spending some good quality time with some of his friends downstairs. So I'm a little pooped, but it didn't help that I mean, it was great this morning, right? Everybody got the extra hour, but now it's getting to be a little sleepy. But guys, I am so thankful that you are here. It is Sunday night, and we are going to draw. But first, I'm going to show you what else I've been working on. I'm done with the Advent project. I'm done with the Bible art project. Actually, they did get back with me, and they asked me to fix up, well, redo one. I was like, okay, I'll make time to redo one of the ones, but I drew it exactly how you asked me to draw it, and you know, we'll see if they bite. But until then, I will show you what I'm working on with this. This is the new cover to Alpha Red Volume 1, which is the collection of Alpha Red 1 through 5. I had 120 of them printed up. So there were 80 of the regular covers, 40 of the homage covers, and so I'm going back to print on the Alpha Red Volume 1. So I am going to come up with a new cover. So super proud of how it is turning out, and just wanted to share that with you guys, along with an homage cover that probably won't happen until next year. So this is something that I was planning on doing this, or let me see if I can reach. So this is just a mock-up. This is a mock-up, so this won't be the thing. So I'll scan it in, and then I'll blow it up to 11 by 17, and then that is what we'll have to do. But I couldn't decide if I wanted Alpha Red up front and Wingman in the back, or Alpha Red in the back, Wingman in the front. So I'm going to do two versions of this and see how that's going to pan out. But super excited about how that is coming along. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready? We're going to go from the blank page today, just because I was so busy. I wasn't exactly hanging out with my son all day, but preparing for this evening's festivities. But before we get to the drawing, we're going to say hi to the people in the chat. Brother Benny, this is the Brother Benny Commission Hour. It turns out to be. So if you want to beat Brother Benny to the punch, you got to reach out to me, because Brother Benny, he's a smart one, sly one. He comes at me and asks me for a request. So super excited myself. Thank you, Benny, for hanging out. Fong is in the house. Just coming to say hi first before I start driving back home from the church retreat. Hello, Fong. Best safe travels to you, my brother. Patrick Daniel says third. Yay, me. Yay, Patrick Daniel. Thank you for being here. Jay Scott in the house. Fourth. So glad you guys are hanging out with me. And I hope you guys are in for your get revved up for your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Krang. I've never drawn Krang before, so this will be something new. So good evening, everyone. Good evening. Third one here, Mr. Patrick Daniel. Fong says, just got back from the retreat. Looking forward to chilling for the next hour. Nice. Fong also says, cool X-Men #1 homage. Yes, I can't wait. And I want to do it like big size. I want to do big size, like the look behind me. Look at behind me. Ba-ba-da-ba. This is from the art edition that IDW puts out. The thing behind me that you see every week. Sly like a fox. Yes, sir. That's how he sneaks in these Brother Benny commissions. these weekly Benny commission hour. All right. So actually, I couldn't get my Photoshop to work. I updated this stupid computer, and so let me see if I can get in here so I can take a look at him and have him on the flip screen. So bear with me, guys. I know you guys can't. Oop, nope, can't see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to find the reference material that I had planned that I wanted to print out, but I ran out of time. And whoa, no. Okay. Okay. I can kind of see what he looks like. And let me see what you guys are seeing. Okay. You guys are just seeing this. Okay. Can I make this in the corner of I'm trying to put the reference in the corner so that I can see what you guys are saying as well as what you're seeing. Very cool. Brother Mike is in the house. The Comic Relief Crusader hosted me this afternoon. I don't know if you guys caught it, but if you jump over to Mike's channel, The Comic Relief Crusader, you will see me inking up this this image, this X-Men #1 homage cover that I'm preparing for issue number 10, I believe. Yes, definitely. I don't believe. I know. Hail to brother Mike. So jump over to his draw stream, his live draw stream. Very gracious of him to host me over there. Let's get into it. All right. I am gonna have. I usually print out. Ooh, this is a little too dark. A little too dark. Don't want to get too much lead on the page. I might have to though. I don't know where the lighter pencils are. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hear me regular? Hear me regular? Here we go. This is a 2H. Because sometimes I listen back, guys, and you're listening from the microphone of like the camera, and so it sounds a little farther away. But I think I made sure that you're getting the mic that I'm shoving my face into right here. But all right, this is a 2H. So it should be a little bit lighter. So I like to, when I do these sketch covers, I really like to make the head peek up into the title so that it looks like a legit cover art. Because often you have really cool covers that where the main guy, the main hero, parts of his body will break into the title. So Krang is an alien, and I guess I did some research on Wikipedia, and sometimes they spell it Krang with 2 A's. Krang. So, but I've always thought of it as just one A, just your normal Krang, rhymes with tang, batarang, that kind of thing. So let me see what I'm missing. What am I missing? Mike says, we had fun with you, and Al says hi again. Yes, sir. Thank you for inviting me on. I really, truly appreciate that, Mike. Funk says, is this Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon? Yes, indeed, sir. Or from the original, from the cartoon. I'm not. So when I was doing a little bit of research beforehand, I guess he was like a reptile. They mentioned it, but I couldn't find any pictures of him as a reptile. So Krang is like the little blob thing, right? And in the brain, like the brainy blob pink angry thing in the belly of this android. So I don't remember him ever as the reptile. But you tell me, knower of all things, Brother Fong seems to has cornered the market on all things in the geekosphere, and he educates us so very often. All right, so he's going to break up into here. So I'm going to want a nice here. I'm either going to use this whiteout. That'll be second choice, because I do prefer this the tape stuff that you use for like Word documents and such, which I guess the other brushed pen, that's what it's good for also. But this makes it very opaque, which is really cool. I dig it. And I'm just trying to take away just enough so that you won't see that red when I get to it. And hopefully it doesn't cause my pencil to like stumble. Hopefully it's not an obstacle for my pencil. So are you guys like, how much of the cartoon do you remember? Like, as I was doing research for it, I just clicked on YouTube, put in Krang TMNT, and it gave me exactly the episode that I remember, where Krang gets some kind of gem or something in his inside of him that makes him grow, and so he's enormous. And then this is when Donatello builds the little turtle blimp, the awesome turtle blimp, and he saves the day. He saves his brothers. He saves his brothers from certain doom. They drop inside of him. They destroy the little thing that's making him grow. And they have to get out of there before he shrinks. He shrinks with them inside. So all very, very cool. And the animation is fantastic. I was very surprised at how well the animation from that episode. I don't know if all the episodes are that well animated, but really, I was very, very impressed. With just the smoothness of the animation. And I always convert everything in my brain to Alphared. Like, wouldn't it be cool if Alphared had a cartoon with such great and smooth animation? It would be, friends. It would be. I promise. All right. So let's get some of this detail in here. How much do I care here? How much do I care? Brother Benny cares. Brother Benny wants the best. I want to give Brother Benny the best. The best. So I don't want to phone it in. Never want to phone it in. So I have, I believe, just enough references to make this the coolioist drawing. So, all right, that's pretty good for the layout. What do you guys think? Are you seeing it? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Do you see what I see? You know, my wife was starting to play Christmas music already. I'm like, girl, I think she was combating all the Halloween craziness. So Benny says, I'm a sucker for a sketch that covers up the title. That's what I'm saying, Brett. That's what I'm saying, Benny. Brother from another mother, we're thinking alike. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The cartoon, of course, the cartoon. I don't remember. Like I said, I've never seen pictures of Krang in the. Actually, I have. Was he always the brain? I don't remember the big robot thing though. He was like was he just a blob, a brain blob? Funk says, I don't recall Krang the reptile, but from the original comics, Krang, the Krang were a race of alien brain-looking creatures housed inside android bodies. It did say something in Wikipedia about like Krang 1, Krang 2, Krang 3, where it was like King Krang, and then like Krang 2 was Sister Krang, and then there was Brother Krang that was Krang 3. So I think you're right. Brother, of course Fong is right. He knows all. He knows all. And Brother Mike is saying he is correct. So TMNT cartoon was my first exposure to the Turtles. After that, I read the original comics through reprints of collected graphic novels bought at Costco. I used to buy them. I bought those collections from Borders books. I think it was Borders. No, what was the other one that begins with a B? Maybe it was Borders. Walden's books is where I bought a bunch of the old reprinted stuff. Benny says, I assume the OG TMNT cartoon is much better in my imagination. The TMNT Saturday Morning Adventures comic is top notch. It's definitely in the spirit of the cartoons. That is what I hear. I hear great things about the cartoon. I mean the comic inspired by the cartoon. But yeah, it is Benny. I think we would be surprised at the quality that that we used to have with the original cartoon Turtles. We would be pleasantly surprised. I know I was when I was looking at the videos for reference, because I wanted to make sure that I was remembering correctly. Couldn't remember if he had ears or no ears. He does not have ears. What else was I trying to verify? I was trying to verify the length of his arms and legs. Like I remembered him looking awkward, like having different anatomy as far as proportions. And so I was right. I wouldn't have guessed how short his arms were. But yeah. So we are going with a cartoon-inspired toy picture as a reference. And typically I would print it out and I would show you guys what I'm looking at. But these toys, guys, are so good. They look a lot like how you remember it, but like better. Like you assume that they got it right, and you assume that you instantly recognize it as the character. Like this goes for like the Transformers stuff that I was looking up previously, but you instantly recognize the characters, and they look just like you remember them. But when you go back and look at the way they looked when we were actually exposed to them, the toys are that much better. They have so much more texture and detail in each of the costumes. Same thing happened with the Bebop and Rocksteady. Also a Brother Benny request. So very pleasantly surprised at the quality of toys. I wish I had more money to buy some of these awesome toys. I would definitely invest in these newer Transformers. This line of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys, because when I looked at it, I go, yeah, of course, that's what it looks like. And then I watched the cartoon, as nicely animated as it was, has very little detail, as you can see in the thumbnail. And but the toy is like a better, more perfect version of your memory. So I don't know how that all works out, but no, I don't know. Yeah, so let's see if I'm missing anything here. Correct, I assume. OG Spirit. Yes. Brother Fong has the complete collection of the TMNT cartoon on DVD inside a case that looks like the TMNT van. Wow. See how cool they make the merch? I mean, they got it going on. The turtle stuff is the best. Patrick Daniel says Krang's master plan is to break out over the cover title. Yes. That's the master plan, sir. Benny, I think you need a place on your wall for all the TMNT sketch covers that James makes for you. Yes, it's a plenty. There's lots. Mike says, "Yep." I'm not sure which one he agreed to, but yes, I switched from collecting figures to collecting these sketch covers. Hey! I can help you with these sketch covers, brother. I can help you with these sketch covers. So yeah, they're so good. These let me get this reference back up here. Yeah, it like it's like perfect in how I remember them. Ideal, like it's some kind of an ideal version of what I remembered from the cartoon. Let me see if I can scroll in here. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot the big underbite. Big underbite with the teeth. He does look gross. The old brain thing in here looks absolutely gross. So did you guys pick up the Absolute Batman annual, or are you boycotting it? So my local comic shop, they're pulling it for me. They apologized when I came in because they didn't have it ready, but because Absolute Batman is still on my pull list, they had ordered a copy for me. So I am gonna buy it just because I don't want to leave my local comic shop in the lurch, because I don't prefer Mr. Daniel Warren Johnson's politics. But I am going to cancel it after and I am going to read it, because I don't want to just, I heard that it's kind of woke, pretty woke, because of the white supremacist storyline. And I did see some panels, but John Delarose is where I saw the review, and he tends to be a little bit hyperbolic, and I want to form my own opinion whether or not the white supremacy thing was a little over the top. Was it too on the nose, or was it an actual good story? And I can determine whether or not I throw it in the trash after I read it, or I pass it on to my son before I throw it in the trash, or I just leave it in my collection, but then never support it again. You know, it's fun while it lasted, but you know, like, you got to support law enforcement. I know that I have law enforcement in my family, and for people to just broadly accuse people in law enforcement of, I don't know, being racist or whatever they're doing. To paint them in a negative light overall is just kind of, it's bad. It is not. It's irresponsible. Is I guess a better word for it. Benny says, Fong, I will hopefully have at least one more TMNT cover coming up. Do you have one more? Let me think. Is that the TMNT versus or X? Is it Godzilla? X Godzilla? Yes, I do have that one. If it is, keep them coming, Benny. We need to help seed AR number 8. Amen to that. Amen. Brother Fong is on point. I stopped getting Absolute Batman after number 3. I don't plan to go back. That's probably a smart thing because I got wrapped up. I do like the storyline of Absolute Batman, the current one with the Bane, but it's just getting too violent, and it's getting issue number 13 was like, I don't know if I talked about it 2 weeks ago, but it felt like pornographic to me, so a little too much. I've definitely soured on DWJ. I was a fan of his Transformers book, but I'm glad Kirkman is on Transformers now. Yep, I enjoyed it, and I am glad also that I am not going to miss out on any Transformers because of DWJ. So, wish him the best, and I hope he can find success. Just won't be with my dollars. And I was going to pick up some of his other older books, the Powerbomb comic. I was going to pick that up. And what was the Murder Falcon? I heard was also very creative and very entertaining. Won't pick that up. I'm glad I didn't have any money at the time that I was able to pick it up. And I refrained and told myself I wouldn't pick it up until I had the extra bucks to pick it up. And now I can save myself the extra bucks and support some other indie comics. I don't know if you guys saw the Kickstarter that Starcross Comics has going on, the team up with Scorcher and Pentecost. two flame inspired characters. I'm going to take a snapshot of this. In the pencil. Before we go to the inks. So again, we're going with the Pilot Precise Rolling Ball V5. The V5 is the thinner one, and we'll start off with the thinner one. Let me see. Mike says, you couldn't pay me to collect Absolute Batman. Was that before? Mike, was that before the... Oops. What am I doing here? Before the whole Daniel Warren Johnson ICE thing, or after? Oh, so in the toy, he does have ears. Do I care? I don't think it would hurt, but let me think on it for a second here. So, Mike, were you collecting, or were you thinking about Absolute Batman, or were you turned off by the? I know not a lot of people. Some people were turned off by the art, the visuals. He was too big, too whatever. So, I don't. When did you decide that Absolute Batman, was not coming home with you? Because, I mean, I was deciding it, whichever one that Clayman drew. Clayman, it was like a fill-in artist on one, and his artwork was fantastic. But the story was just so bloody and violent. I decided then that once the storyline with Bane ended, that was going to be it for me. And then it just felt like it continues to go on and on. I think this next one will be the last one with the Bane story, but then they introduced Catwoman, and I assume that they assume that everybody will continue picking it up, and maybe they will, but I believe that they're going to see a small drop in the sales, and hopefully they understand why. Hopefully they understand. Like for me, it was even before the Daniel Warren Johnson anti-ice sketch from New York Comic Con, but just because of the violence and then the over-sexualization. But yeah, it'll be more money for somebody else, because I do have a small comic book budget, roughly $40-50 a month. And I enjoy that. I enjoy comics still. I like flipping through single issues. Like, I was thinking today, well, not today, was it today? Yesterday? About the floppies. I think I was watching The Aficionados. That's Thinking Critical's YouTube channel. And somebody was saying, I believe on there, that the floppy is dead. Or maybe they were asking them, do you think that the floppy format for comics is dead? Single issues is what I'm talking about. If you don't know what a floppy is, they were citing some statistics that more omnibuses were sold in 2024. They were using 2024 numbers than floppies. So they're saying omnibuses are the way to go. Stop trying to sell them in the floppy format. But I really enjoy the single issue, because sometimes the graphic novel trade paperback feels a little overwhelming, honestly. And I only have time for short bursts of comic reading throughout the week. So I enjoy reading them one by one. I'd rather have a stack of whatever comic, X-Men, Spider-Man, and read through a storyline issue by issue in the single issue format. But maybe for collecting, makes more sense to buy a trade paperback and stick it on your shelf, and you can thumb through it, or you can read through portions of it. Easier to find. But if you look around my office, I have comics just laying everywhere. I can pull comics from where I'm standing right now. Anywhere I stand in my office, it's one step away, and I love to be able to do that. And they're all single issues, and I think I'm gonna keep it that way. The only reason why I'm doing the trade paperback, and if you're late, this was the cover. This is going to be the cover to the second edition of Alpha Red Volume 1. But the only reason why I'm spending any time doing it is because I found out that I can get it printed for relatively cheap. And there are a handful of people who have been kind of holding off and waiting for the trade paperback. So I'm like, why are you waiting? It's not a guarantee. Like I didn't know what I was going to end up doing, but they insist every time they see me that that they'll buy the trade paperback, but they won't buy the floppies. I don't know. Where do you guys weigh in on that? Let's so Mike thought the design looks stupid. He does have a small head, I'll give you that, but it's kind of like just over the top overall. So it is what that is part of the appeal for some people. He's as wide as an SUV. Yes, him is big. Head is small, for sure. Funk says floppies are just getting more expensive. That is part of the argument that they had on the aficionados, where the floppies should be a cheaper entry point, and comic publishers have forgotten that is the purpose of them. So it's hard for new readers to get into the hobby through floppies. I gotcha. I still enjoy getting floppies for the nostalgia factor. Yes. But I have to be selective. Me too, brother. I hear you. When are you planning on releasing Alpha Red Volume 1 collection? I may want to get some and give it out as Christmas gifts. That is the exact purpose, sir. So I am going to make a push for it for Christmas. So that is the priority right now. I'm kind of pausing Alpha Red number 8 so that I can finish the cover to this, so that I can get it colored, and then I can get it to the printer so that I can have it back and available for order around Black Friday. So it should be a little cheaper than it was before. I was selling it for $30 before, but that included a bunch of the covers and all these extra goodies and things that added to the page count. And with every page, it's just more cost. So if I do it bare bones and you're just getting the cover, the 24 pages of comic into each comic, and the credits and all that stuff, I should be able to sell it for $20. I'm hoping, if that deal holds from the printer, because he can piggyback it on another print run. Like, apparently the printing process is different with the trade paperback because it has a perfect bound spine. So there's a glue process that changes the process. He has to send it out. He does the saddle stitching, which is the staple in the middle, and he said he can get up to about 64 pages. Is about as thick as he can get a floppy. So anything above 64 pages has to be a square bound, perfect bound thing, comic, just the binding thing. But part of the cost that I had to pay last time, the initial time, was the cost of setting up that extra glue job. But the last time I priced it out, he's like, if you do it right now, I can get it to you for relatively cheap, because you can split that glue setup fee, setup process And then on top of that, I was planning on less pages. So both of those factors will make it a little bit more affordable and allow to have a discount from getting the single issues. It will incentivize people to get the trade paperback as opposed to the floppies. But because of how I have been fundraising to get the higher print runs on the floppies, I can actually discount new purchasers, new people who are discovering Alpha Red. I knock off $5 if they buy the whole set. So at my wife's homeschool conference 2 weeks ago, where she allowed me to have a table set up for Alpha Red, I was able to sell a bunch of them because I was selling the whole set for $30 instead of $35. And a lot of people took me up on buying the whole set. A handful of people just bought issue number 1, as they do. It happens. It does happen. So either way, people who are discovering Alpha Red should be able to get some kind of deal on it. So, and if anybody wants a free digital copy of Alpha Red number 1, you can sign up to my Substack. I believe it's substack.alphared.com or something like that. It's fairly easy. If you go to substack.com and type in Alpha Red comic, I should pop up. And that's where I share, like almost every night, I sit and I draw, and I'll snap a picture with my phone and post it up there. So if you want to keep up with what I'm doing every evening, I try to draw every night. A little bit of Alpha Red number 8 every night. Now that I am done with the Bible drawings, it should be pretty much Alpha Red all the time. Now, somebody did ask me if a comic convention here locally in Syracuse asked me if I would be interested in doing a 12-page comic in exchange for 3 tables in a prime spot at the show. And it's been proven that the more tables I have, the more money I make, the more sales, the more I can lay stuff out and people can see all that I have and they buy more. But I just don't have the time. I am struggling with trying to force that, trying to absolutely do it. But it comes down to, do I have the time? Looking for my ink dabber. I guess we're just using old. Here it is. The old ink dabber over here. This is also something that I'm working on, but this requires me to convert some of the files. So I'm going to convert them into grayscale and then reformat them to the smaller size. So to make them manga sized. And that's just really to try to chase some people who look at a normal Western-sized comic. And I go, nope, that's not the same thing as my manga. And I've had that with little kids coming up. And I go, hey, do you collect comics? Do you read comics? Go, no, we read manga. Like, manga is just a comic. Like, no, it's different. Like, what's different? Like, well, it's different size. Like, what? Is it sequential art? These kids. So it's just a reformatting, which just takes time. It's another 125 pages or files that need to be converted into a different size. And it's not just, I wish it was just converting the colored stuff into a gray format. But it gets really, what I want to say, it gets, it's hard to see if you just leave it the way it is, because all the colors get a little murky. So I have to emphasize the line work and de-emphasize the gray tones. And so that requires laying a layer of the inks with the lettering over top. And then reducing the amount of gray tone that the colors convert into. So it's just another step that is no fun. It takes time. And time is something I am very short on. Little Hootie. You guys Hootie fans? Why you run away? I used to really dig Hootie and the Blowfish. Why were they so big? I mean, by all accounts, I like the songs, but like, I don't think that they were especially attractive guys, what I can remember. Maybe Darius Rucker was attractive. I don't know. Yeah, he had a great voice, obviously. But I don't feel like they should have been as big as they were. Are you with me? Are you with me? So Mike says, I'll be right back. Got to go to the store. Maybe buy some Alpha Red. I'm just saying. And that's AR 1 through 5. Correct, Patrick. I call it Alpha Red Volume 1, but yes, it collects issues 1 through 5. Revan Saber in the house. Good evening, all. Brother Broad is in the house. Manga equals Japanese comics, essentially. Kids these days. Yeah, it's mind-blowing. It's like crazy to me. Love me some classic 90s Hootie. Yeah, man. And I love Time, because just his voice for that, especially in the beginning there, where it's like almost a cappella, just his voice. And so good. Let Her Cry the other night at karaoke. Look at you karaokeing. Do you know that Fong is the karaoke king? Are you throwing down on Fong with the karaoke? Fong is award winning, according to him. So he won some karaoke awards. I have a grunge against Darius Rucker. No, what did he do? I was singing Wagon Wheel while cleaning the rabbit barn, and a piece of poo landed. Brother man. Now I listen to sermons while I work. So I'm not familiar with Wagon Wheel. It sounds like when he went country, he had a bunch of hits too. So bring it on, Fong. He's throwing down, brother. He's throwing down. Brother man. poo. Bunny poo in the mouth. Oh, too funny, guys. Too funny. The old bunny barn. So how are bunny sales? How are bunny sales? We were talking about that when I was up in Maine. My my wife's friend who owns the camp that we stayed at, they were talking about hunting season. Hunting is big up there. And I was talking about bunnies, and they said, yeah, bunny season is like, it's often up there. And we're talking about what to hunt bunnies with. And I was like, I don't know if I've ever eaten any rabbit. But are people open to eating rabbit? Is that I mean, if your wife has a whole business, I would imagine it is popular enough. Popular enough. Some 90s hootie. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, I didn't think there was anything special about their look. But for whatever reason, they could do no wrong for about 2 or 3 years. Hootie everywhere. And I honestly, I can maybe picture 2 of the other guys. There should be 3 or 4 of the other guys. And I can't say that any of them are like rock star handsome. The old wagon wheel and pooping him out. Funk says it's official one day. There has to be an AR fan meetup with karaoke. Yes. And we'll sing the theme song. We'll have to sing the theme song. Did I turn on the theme song? Guys, did I do you dirty?
Dirty.
Funk says, Patrick David and I can go do a karaoke battle. Yes. And maybe a duet. Come on. And then you got to throw Benny in there with Wagon Wheel. I'm definitely game for an AR karaoke meetup. Nice. Ready when you are. It would be so much fun. It would be. You guys are the best. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Sunday night. Some battles and then some duets. Are there non-love song duets out there? Like I don't know. Are there any? You can do Beastie Boys stuff, right? You take turns rapping. All right, guys, this is coming along here, coming right along. Let me think about whether or not I want to go and do any rendering, because it looks kind of cool. Like it has a cartoon vibe to it with the openness. So I'm afraid to kind of add any kind of light source, and then I'll have to start adding too many lines. I mean, that's the danger. Danger. As long as the award-winning karaoke. Man. No, I don't think I've ever done karaoke in public. I have a karaoke machine here in the office. And I get the stink eye whenever I turn on the microphone. People burst into my room and give me a stink eye. So that would be fun, though. Listen to that theme song. I forgot to turn it on. Sometimes I get too excited. From the shadows he rises with courage in his heart. Beacon of hope, he's ready to start. Yes, 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 yes. All right, guys. Let me think. I don't want to. It looks so good. I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is right now because I don't want to mess it up. I'll think about it, maybe noodle with it a little bit more. Benny's used to that. And was it TMNT X Godzilla? Is that the one that we talked about, Benny? Coming in 2 weeks. And then I think I have to kind of pause on commissions so that I can concentrate on Alpha Red, because there's been so many distractions. My wife had that homeschool conference that required more of my attention than I would have liked to have spent on it, but 'twas what needed to be done. And then we went away to Maine last week. So I'm thinking I'm about a month behind what I was hoping. And I was hoping that I would get done at the beginning of December. So I'm going to still try to squeeze it in before the end of the year, Alpha Red number 8. But things are starting to stack up, and I just really have to be a little bit more guarded with my time. So, but yeah, guys, I think this is it. I think this is it for right now. And I do appreciate you guys hanging out, telling me about your poop in the mouth stories. Too funny. So did you answer me about the whether people are eating a lot of bunny? Are they eating a lot of bunny? I don't think. I mean, it's a mental thing, obviously. Once you get used to it, I'm sure it's fine. But where's my other brush pen? Looking for slightly smaller, firmer tip brush pen. Nope. It's just gonna have to be this one. Gonna be this one. I think a lot of people are just kind of squeamish just because of like you think of cartoons and things. Cute little bunnies. How do you eat cute little bunnies? I just remember they used to have bunny feet as a good luck charm. Like, were those actual bunny feet? And why in the world did we think it was cool to buy them as things that we put on keychains and such? Yikes. All right. Let's take a quick picture of this. Maybe we'll noodle with it later. But all right, guys. We're going to read through the last of the chats, and then we will be out. It would be so much fun. Let me see. Let's do it. Comic-Con 2027. What happens in 2026? Did we not do 2026? All right. That one Patrick Daniel couldn't make, right? Over render or surrender. Spicer, what's going on, brother? Thank you for being here. Thank you. That's the one. Wow. Done in an hour, right? Start from start to finish. Done in an hour. There's definitely a market for rabbit meat. Okay. I gotta believe you. The wife sells dehydrated rabbit feet, ears, and tails for cat treats. Wow. Hey, it is what it is. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me every Sunday night. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll see you next week where we do, I don't know, that TMNT X Godzilla isn't doing till the following week. We'll figure something out for next week. Until then, guys, grace, peace. We are out.
From the shadows he rises with courage in his heart, a beacon of hope. He's ready to start with faith as his armor and a fire in his soul. Alpha Red stands tall, fulfilling his role. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. Red. In a world full of chaos, where evil may lurk, he fights for the righteous, his mission and work. Guided by God, with strength from above, he battles the darkness with unyielding love. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. Alpha Red. When the night seems too long and hope seems so far, look to the skies, we'll see his bright star. With a prayer and a promise, he faces the fight. Alpha Red shines through, the beacon of light. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. So stand tall with courage, let your faith lead the way. With Alpha Red beside us, we'll see a brighter day. For evil may tremble, but never forget, the world is protected by our hero, Alpha Red. Alpha Red. Alpha Red.